Warning, this show contains strong language and topics that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised.
Now get the guns, the darts from my generation. I'll take the come on, let's get it out. Don't get the lust, the money, we're in this together and do it all. They said that nothing's forever, and they refuse to see the change in me. Why won't they wake up?
Hello wrestling fans and welcome to Suplah City. Andy isn't here. Why? We're not sure. But either way, my name's Sam Brooks and with me is Keelan Balderson.
Hello. This is weird. There's like videos and shit.
There is.
I don't know where I'm looking.
You just gotta look anywhere. Anywhere will do. And also, it's Brendan Davis.
I'm in a box. This shit is cool.
You and your Scotty Goldman references. I like that. So,
Wait, what?
before we start, I want to talk about last week. We talked about Kane. And I posed the question, should you give Kane a chance? What do you fellas think?
I find him funny, but that's on a scale of WWE being shit and WWE being amazing, and WWE's down here. So if Kane's being funny, I don't care because there's nothing else going on, so Kane may as well be funny.
I just want Kane to go away.
You just want him to leave forever.
Yeah, I'm sick of seeing him. I mean, this is kind of funny and shit. I like how he stomped his ankle back into place somehow. But,
Yeah, somehow. We're not sure
Yeah.
how that happened.
but that's like one cool moment out of the past, like, 2 years or something.
2 years, wow. Big field of depth going on there. But let's see what our commenters on the episode had to say. We have a majority of people giving Kane a chance, which I'm very happy to see. We have Jay and Laura and Heartbreak Kid 101 with hashtag give Kane a chance. Conversely, we have the AC/DC Madman with hashtag fuck off Kane. And around it all off, we have Brian Martinez with Candy Cane. So, you know.
The thing that I like, people, I think, have taken a superficial view of what this is. They're like, oh, it doesn't make sense. Kane's, like, not really a demon. This is, that won't happen in real life. But they're not saying that. They're saying Kane is a normal person who's just playing tricks, and he's getting in Seth Rollins' mind. It's not that Kane is a demon, and then all of a sudden he's not a demon. It's that Kane is pretending to be a demon, and I think that's, if they didn't do that, then it would be fucking stupid. But
Sure, and you have these same people saying that. These are the same people who would probably jerk off to Finn Balor when he does the demon entrances at NXT TakeOver. So, bit of a double standard going on there, I think. But speaking of dumb things, we might as well move on to what we're talking about today. Everyone's so excited, I can already tell. Because it's not every day we talk about TNA. But, unfortunately, TNA has done the most, I think, TNA thing they've ever done. And it occurred this past Sunday at Bound for Glory. The Bound for Glory event. Now, did any of you gentlemen watch this?
Hell no.
I just watched it,
You just finished watching the whole event.
literally. I just watched Matt Hardy bring his, half-a-year-old son into the ring while he's crying his eyes out, and then his dad, who can't even get into the ring because he's so old. I don't know what happened.
It was pretty ridiculous, I will say. And let's talk about Bound for Glory 2015, which ushered in a new TNA World Heavyweight Champion, Matt Hardy. What the fuck?
I can peel a potato.
I can dry up the drinks aisle. Essentially, Bound for Glory happened. The main event was EC3, the undefeated TNA World Heavyweight Champion at the time, in a triple threat with Drew Galloway, formerly known as McIntyre, and Matt Hardy for some reason. And not only that, Jeff Hardy everyone's favorite face-painted weirdo, was the special guest referee. Doesn't make much sense, but the match ended with Matt Hardy, for some reason, picking up the victory by pinning Drew Galloway.
Was he in the match?
Drew Galloway?
Was
Yeah.
it a three-way?
Yeah, it was a freeway.
Because I saw the 2-minute video on YouTube, so I was like, is he in the match? What's happening?
It was what TNA would call a freeway dance, where it was Bo's free with Jeff Hardy as special guest referee. EC3 and Jeff Hardy have had this little storyline going on between them recently where Jeff Hardy is, I guess, Cinderella to EC3, his personal assistant or something. Remember that awful Cinderbella angle from last year? Basically that, but with EC3 and Jeff Hardy. Yeah, I know, but it's the most creative they can get, apparently. And the match ended when Jeff Hardy and EC3 had a bit of a scuffle. Jeff Hardy hit EC3 with a chair. Drew Galloway gave EC3 a boot out of the ring. And then Matt Hardy did what they called a twist of fate, what I would call a shitty net breaker.
That was a very poofy chair Jeff Hardy hit.
It was.
Ethan Carter with too.
It was. It might as well have been wrapped in fucking bubble wrap, but... Yeah, Matt Hardy got the victory, and he gets his little shit kid in the ring on his shoulder, and he has his Playboy Bunny, Rebby Sky.
Leave the kid alone.
He has Playboy Bunny, Rebby Sky in there, and he has his dad in there, who, for some reason, looks more
He
geriatric than...
doesn't know where the camera
Yeah.
is. He's trying to do the Jeff Hardy hand thing.
He looks more
And Jeff's like,
geriatric
"No, you do
than
it like
Ric
this,
Flair
Dad."
does. It's like, why is he there? Shouldn't he be at home, resting? Or something?
The whole time I looked at him, I was like, what the hell's with the cowboy hat, bro?
Yeah, really. But they're from, North Carolina, aren't they? I didn't
Yeah,
think that was
that's
a
not-
particularly cowboyish state.
Kind of.
Not really, I don't think.
But yeah, that's not the end of the story, though, ladies and gentlemen, because EC3, the best thing in TNA going, in my opinion, decided to file an injunction against Matt Hardy. Now, for those who don't know what that basically means that whilst Matt Hardy is TNA champion, he won't be able to appear on TNA television, conveniently covering up the fact that they've already taped shows where Matt Hardy isn't the TNA champion. But
You
wait,
sound like you've looked into this. Are they doing this because they fucked up the tapings? Are they doing this just because it's a storyline? That's what they're doing.
They better give Ethan Carter the fucking click remote, so that way it's just rewind.
I don't.
it's both, Keelan, it's both, because not only did that happen, Matt Hardy relinquished the TNA World Heavyweight Championship via YouTube. He posted a YouTube video, or TNA posted a video of him in what appears to be a Motel 6, relinquishing the fucking championship. So now...
For no reason.
For no reason. So now, TNA has no world champion. I believe this is the third time in the belt's entire history has been vacated.
Oh, so he didn't just give it back?
No.
No, this is yours.
No. It's been vacated. It's not been awarded back to EC3. No one has it. So, why bother giving Matt Hardy, a guy who hasn't been relevant in about 10 years, the belt in the first goddamn place? What's the point? I don't get it, guys. I don't get
They've
it.
either not, they have no idea what they're doing, and they have no plans, so this came at the last minute, and they're like, oops, now we've got to do this. Or they're just stupid.
I think it's both. Because judging by this Bound for Glory event anyway, it sounds like one of the worst events that they've ever done. It really does. Let's just start at the beginning, okay? How many people do you think attended this pay-per-view? How many people do you think actually bought tickets for this?
Goddamn 47.
You think
Can't
47?
say Jeff Hardy's dad bought a ticket, because Jeff probably gave him the ticket, so that's one that didn't buy the ticket.
We've ruled out at least one.
So 2?
You're close. It's 250 280 people.
Oh,
280 people bought tickets for this event. And you're probably thinking, hang on, I've seen Bound for Glory. There was more than a primary school in there. They gave away free tickets to a lot of other people. This is
so
their
those two
WrestleMania.
people that bought tickets are like, I fucking bought these tickets, and all these pricks are here for free.
Yeah. These 280 suckers couldn't wait to get a free ticket to TNA's WrestleMania. What? It's because TNA, for some godforsaken reason, they don't know how to market their own goddamn events. They don't know how to promote, they don't know how to advertise, and it kicks themselves in the behind. Because it's like, how are you expecting any kind of audience when you can't just promote it? It's goddamn ridiculous.
Like, you could argue that because they're in this kind of precarious situation right now, they don't know what the future holds. They could be off the air in like a few weeks, I don't know. That they wanted to create this confusion, where, we don't know who is champion. So if they do go off the air and they come back, there's like a hook. So fans are like, I want to see what actually happens between Matt Hardy and EC3. I think that might be what they were going for, but in all honesty, it just seems like the death of WCW. Confusing storylines where they don't have to be confusing. There's no logic. There's no credibility. Why not just keep EC3 champion? Why is that so hard?
Why
just
not
have
do
him
that?
win a match? EC3 won a match. This is wrestling. You have people that fight and somebody wins. Why do you have to have injunctions and fucking lawyers? And we're going to put this video on YouTube that nobody sees, and it's going to be about this pay-per-view that nobody bought. And everyone at each stage is like, what the fuck just happened? It's stupid.
And it's like, that's only the start of how weird this whole event was. We're going to go through this. We're going to go through this event. I have a brief summarization of Bound for Glory 2015, or as I like to call it, the end of the line for TNA, right?
They need that old WWF theme tune where it's just like, the end is near.
They really do. They really do. Because let's just run down what happened in this event. The first match was an X Division Championship match. It was an Ultimate X match. It had Tiger Uno, who's the champion. He defeated Manic, DJZ, and Andrew Everett from PWG.
I know none of those people except for that Tiger guy. I've heard of him before. That's it.
Tiger Uno won.
that Tiger guy, grr.
That guy who is a tiger.
It's on the Frosties.
Tony the Tiger won the match, right? And
Yes, Frosted Flakes.
it was great, because you want to know who came out and raised Tiger Uno's hand?
Who?
The fucking Hurricane. Shane
that's why he was
Helms.
That's why he was there?
Yes.
Oh, because they're in that area, aren't they, where all the Hardys and the Shannon Moores come from?
Not even that. I think Shane or Gregory, whatever the fuck his first name is, Helms, is a producer with TNA. I think he actually works for the company in a backstage capacity. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because I saw him do his Reddit AMA, and I think he mentioned that in it, so correct me if I'm wrong, but
it's not like he's been the X Division champion and he's like, I'm passing the torch.
no, he just...
That's very much...
This was his TNA debut. This was the first time he's been on TNA TV, and what does he do? He raises Tony the Tiger's hand in victory.
Actually, this sounds like it was an Omega show. Like, that Fed that the Hardys kind of own or don't own?
Yeah, they own that. And I think one of the people involved in this X Division match is the Omega Heavyweight Champion. Like, I'm pretty sure the Omega Heavyweight Champion was on this card somewhere, so take that for what it is. But then we move on to some even more insanity, where we had a 12-man Bound for Gold gauntlet match for a future championship match of their choice. This is basically... It's an over-the-top rope battle royal, but when you get down to the last two competitors, it becomes a match.
Well, that's kind of what TNA have always done.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, but the prize at stake here for winning this is a future championship match of their choice, which means they could challenge for the world title, or the X Division title, or the tag titles. Because they have this fucking thing where you don't get a shot at the world title. If you want, you can be X Division champion.
Who in their fuck it, TNA?
What about the Knockouts Championship? Then you have a match with Drew Galloway's ex-wife.
I don't even think she's champion anymore. I'm pretty sure Gail Kim's champion. But in this fucking 12-man Bound for Gold Gauntlet match, these are the people who are in it, okay? Abyss. Aiden O'Shea. Al fucking Snow. 52-year-old
wait,
man
I
Al
just got to stop you
Snow.
there.
What's that?
Have you ever watched that video of Al Snow where he's like arguing that Hogan versus Andre is the best match in history because it sold all those tickets?
Yeah, I have seen that.
I want to know what his opinion is of this show.
Yeah.
And who sold all those tickets.
Yeah, really. But carrying on, we also had one-legged man Chris Melendez, who lost his leg in a match against Eric Young.
Has he got his leg back yet?
I don't know.
Crazy
Have a
leg.
leg or...
I don't know. D'Angelo De Niro, the Pope, we'll get to
He's
him
the
later.
commentator who has a little
Yeah.
figure of himself. Oh.
Eli Drake, Jesse Goddard, Mahabali Shera, formerly known as Koya in the Revolution.
He loves to dance.
He loves to dance. This is India's #1 star, according to TNA. They're basing a tour around this guy. And what do they do with him? They give him a fucking Fandango gimmick.
Da, 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 da.
But wait, there's more. Mr. Anderson, Robbie E., and Tommy Dreamer, who was dressed in Dusty Rhodes tribute gear.
Oh, for God's sake.
And he was giving awful bionic elbows, and he just was not doing a good job at all. But
That's almost insulting. Like, why do you... Isn't that just like cheap heat?
Yeah.
Well, not heat.
No.
Cheap pop.
there's so many better ways they could have tributed Dusty Rhodes than having Tommy Dreamer go out and
How about
barely
have
wrestle.
a video package when he was the director of whatever it was, GM thing?
Wait, did he work in TNA?
I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah, he was like the general manager, and he used to have a pickup truck with a bale of hay, and his office was you had to come and sit on the bale of hay.
TNA, right?
Huh.
But this match itself had its own fair share of silliness, alright, which includes the on-screen timer occasionally going out of sync or disappearing entirely from the screen.
Wow.
You also had Mahabali Shera stopping literally everybody in the ring, including Aiden O'Shea, whose gimmick is that of an Irish hoodlum, to do the Shera shuffle, which is
I
his
want to
dance.
know how long you practiced saying his name.
Mahabali Shera.
Shera?
I can read. Not only that, D'Angelo De Niro, the Pope, was the last entrant. He eliminated himself as soon as he got in the match.
Nigga, what?
Came in, eliminated
So
himself.
Santino, basically.
Except he didn't have Kane to eliminate him. He was his own Kane. He eliminated himself. For no
There's a guy
reason.
that you could have said might have gone somewhere in the business. Now he's doing that.
Yeah. I mean,
What's wrong with him?
if I'm not mistaken, this was Elijah Burke in the new ECW, right?
Yeah, he was like part of the new breed and shit.
Yeah, I thought he was decent. I thought he was pretty good, right?
When he first came to TNA, he was pretty good.
Yeah, the Pope gimmick is
No.
entertaining, but no, he's there, and then he's gone. No, he brought nothing to this match. And the final three in this were Mr. Anderson, Jesse Goddard, and Tyrus. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Tyrus, Brodus Clay. For
Yeah.
those who
That's
don't
what I
know
was
who Tyrus
thinking.
is, right? Tyrus won by not hitting Anderson with a finisher. He just kind of punched him, and that was it. So now,
Just a normal old punch, and then he goes flying out of the ring.
yep. So now Tyrus has a shot at any championship he wants. So EC3 comes out, and assume Tyrus would choose the tag titles for them to challenge for. But no, Tyrus is like, he's going to challenge for, and I quote, the Heavyweight World Championship of the world.
He's been watching too much WWE.
That's what I called the Global Force Wrestling Championship as a joke. He's saying it as a legit thing for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. What? What is this? And then we move on from that clusterfuck where Tyrus now has a shot of a world championship, which, to be honest, he should just be given now. Who's he gonna face? There's no champion. Just give it to Tyrus.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Might as well. What the hell are they gonna do? We might vacate it.
He'd be like, the TNA deserve a good World Heavyweight World Champion of the world. Here you go. Why? But no, right? We're not done with the stupid bullshit. You're never done with the stupid bullshit when it's TNA, okay? Because Kurt Angle versus Eric Young. In what's billed as Kurt Angle's last match with the company, despite the fact that he's booked for their Halloween show.
Right.
Against Eric Young in a steel cage. So his last match, quote unquote, which he won. Kurt Angle defeated Eric Young. But the way this progressed was just so mind-bogglingly weird. It reminded me of a John Cena match for these reasons, right? Eric Young hits him with a pile driver, a steel chair shot to the head, and an elbow drop with the injured neck. But no, Kurt Angle comes back and wins anyway by making Eric Young tap out with the ankle lock. After the match was thrown out by a doctor.
After.
Yep, after the pile driver. The referee
like,
and the doctor...
You beat your opponent and injured him and won, so now you're not allowed to win.
Imagine the finish of that one takeover where Kevin Owens killed Sami Zayn. Referee stoppage. That's basically what happened, except the match didn't stop. They said it stopped, but it just kept going, and then Angle won.
The whole point is to hurt your opponent so you can win.
No, but you can't hurt him too much. That's bad. For some reason. But no, despite the fact that this match was effectively stopped in the middle, it kept going, and Kurt Angle won anyway.
Where was this doctor when EC3 got hit with a chair?
Probably making sure Kurt Angle was still alive, even though he won the match anyway. Right? So, that's that. That's the event so far. Now we're at the main event, where Matt goddamn Hardy, and I know we give Matt Hardy a hard time here at the Suplah, but for God's sake, he's not been relevant at all in the past, literally a decade. And he's now winning the World Heavyweight Championship from an undefeated EC3. To what end? Why? I'm actually asking you guys, why did he win in the first place? What was the point?
Because they're in their hometown?
Yeah, but even then, that's like... They've been in their hometown many times before. Why not give it to him then? But no.
Did they just want to give him his moment at their WrestleMania or something?
I think they
did.
did.
Or do they want to say TNA went out of business because of Matt Hardy?
This is just a giant conspiracy theory against Matt Hardy.
Because obviously Dixie Carter is EC3's auntie, so they can't blame him, can they?
No, not at all. And speaking of EC3, after this match happened, you see the Hardy family celebrating in the ring, and it looks like a stereotypical redneck family you'd see on Cops, right?
So, oh, Jeff Hardy got done for meth? Really?
Really? You don't say! But like, EC3 is backstage, and he's yelling at Dixie, and John Gaburik, the Meatball Man, is there. And
he takes a bump!
Yeah! EC3 pushes Gaburik over a fucking table. And he just goes flying, never to be seen again. And EC3 is like, injunction.
I hope that's the last thing he ever does in the company.
Yeah, really. But either EC3 or John Gaburik, either one, I don't care. They could both leave now and I would be happy, right? But
he went over that table and never came back.
Yeah. I must go now, back to my home floor.
Oh! And he's gone.
Like TNA's top 10 terrible moments. John Gaburik disappears.
They would probably turn it into an angle, like, guys, where's Big John? Where's he gone?
They go to a bar and he's like, "Did you see John Gaburik?"
He's
They
like,
just team up.
he's the bartender and he has no memory of ever working for TNA. He's like, no, I've worked in this bar for 20 years. It's like, what?
My my
They
name's
could,
Tim White.
they could team. They could team up with Team 4-Star, and he just ended up in the fuck box.
Yeah. We should book this. We'd be better bookers at TNA than any of those, right? But
Yeah, just make it all cartoonish. That's what they seem to be going for anyway.
that's what they've been for the longest time. Remember when they had a tag team that was literally a dick joke?
Wait, what?
The Johnsons, where they dressed like penises. That happened. That
I gotta
happened
see
in the
shit.
early days of TNA.
Yeah, they had a stable called Sex.
Yeah, they did. It wasn't good.
So I guess they couldn't have a stable called TNA in TNA
No, that's for WWE to do.
that nobody else remembers.
Test and Albert.
So now you're probably thinking, so there's an injunction against Matt Hardy, so he relinquished the World Championship. What's next? Well, I'm going to tell you. Because TNA.com, whatever the website is, ImpactWrestling.com,
NWATNA.com.
the Chris Rock run website, NWA TNA, right?
They do look like dicks.
Yeah, right? But anyway, I have a quote from the website of this awful company, and I'm going to read it to you now, regarding the future of this World Championship. Ahem. The World Title Series will feature a format very similar to soccer's World Cup, with 32 members of the Impact Wrestling roster
What?
competing for the TNA World
They don't have
Championship.
32 roster
Exactly! There's not enough people there, right? The wrestlers will be divided into 8 groups to begin round-robin group play.
Oh, I know how they're going to do this.
Mm.
It's going to be Abyss.
Mm.
It's going to be Joseph Park.
Mm.
It's going to be their cousin Robert Park.
Joseph McGillicuddy.
Then it's going to be Kane with a C.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mankind with a...
See? Right. Winners of the matches will receive 3 points. A draw receives 1 point, and a loss earns 0 points. Stop me at any point if this sounds familiar, by the way, okay?
Yes.
The top 2 point getters from each group will advance to the field of 16 and a single elimination tournament where the competitor who wins advances and the loser goes home. The ultimate winner of the World Title Series will have survived the most grueling test in the history of wrestling, quotes, and will be crowned the true and undisputed TNA World Champion. They're taking the G1 climax and they're making it awful.
All
Oh,
that
yeah,
is
okay.
true. All that is true until the loser takes out an injunction.
The loser sues the company and that's how it dies, right? But wait,
For all $2 that they probably get.
yeah, all $2. We could probably buy TNA at this point, right? But wait, it gets worse. When I say worse, it gets stupider. Because you made the point earlier where it's like, hang on, they don't have enough people on their roster. But not if you include the women.
Oh,
Dixie
no.
has just
Not
announced that
intergender.
one group will feature the Knockouts. So it's an intergender tournament for the main World Heavyweight Championship.
Gail Kim for TNA champion.
Gail
Fuck it.
Kim for TNA World Heavyweight fucking Champion, am I right? Who cares? Who fucking cares at this point? And I get, okay, the tournament concept is cool. I'm a big fan of Round Robin. I love the G1 Climax. I think WWE should implement that into their fucking creative at some point. But when it's TNA, it's kind of like when you see an ugly older man wearing the same shirt as you, and you're like, oh god, I want to burn this shirt now. That's it. There's nothing else for me anymore. What? I don't,
That's an obscure analogy, but run with it.
like, what do you guys think? What about this round robin, the TNA World Heavyweight Championship tournament?
When is this happening?
Yeah! When is this happening? They're off TV in fucking January. When are they gonna get the
Don't
time
they
to
have
film
like
this?
20,000 episodes taped?
They do.
So what are they gonna do? Like Photoshop in this tournament? It's like stickmen. Yeah.
It's just like PNGs of the wrestlers flying around the screen, and then you just have the belt hovering over them as they win. It's like, well, you have this idea, but you can't execute it when you have absolutely zero TV deals on the plate, and you're thinking of canceling live shows.
Unless they put it on the internet.
Unless they do what Ring of Honor does, and be good, but also put it on the internet.
Be good, that's probably asking a little too much.
Yeah, really, from this fucking company at this point. I mean, this is the same company that has Eric Young win a prosthetic leg.
What are they trying, like... What is Panda Energy trying to accomplish? That they can't be making money. So what are they doing?
Well,
What are they doing?
They're making money, but they're making 280 people's worth of money.
But that surely can't cover the cost of the cameras and the people that are filming it and the trucks and the flights and all that shit.
Well, when you don't
No.
pay people, that's not really a problem anymore. They figured out the
Still-
solution. Don't pay your staff on time, and you'll be kept afloat for a while.
Still, it seems like they're losing money since they have to rent out at least a venue, which would be a lot.
If all you had to do was run a successful company is, draw 280 people or whatever, we'd be doing that right now. Like, there must be something more to it. They can't be making money. It doesn't make sense.
Well, TNA recently made one of their famous big announcements. I put with air quotes, right? Because the big announcement is that Mahabali EC3, and Rebel are gonna go to India, where they're
Rebel.
gonna make an announcement.
Rebel's like, can you help me? I need to rebuild my carnival casino place that went down in the storm.
So essentially, the announcement is of the announcement.
Yeah, they've announced that they're going to India to make an announcement. They're doing the Jeff Jarrett PR thing, where it's like an
Okay.
announcement of a big announcement. It's like, what? PR in TNA is just non-existent at this point.
Dixie Carter started as a PR person in a company. She ran a PR agency before coming to TNA, but she's the worst person at PR.
Exactly, right? And it's when... Well, I think all of this, TNA has had one of its worst years this year in that they've lost 90% of their established roster. It's at the point where people at the Suplah name people they think are on the roster, but they left 5 months ago. And you think to yourself, how long are they gonna keep doing this for?
Is Billy Corgan still on the creative team?
I believe he's still on the creative team.
Is
And
Matt
there's
Morgan
been-
still there?
I don't
I
think...
think it's fair to say he failed. He didn't do anything new or interesting. So fuck Billy Corgan.
Yeah, let's blame all of our problems on the Smashing Pumpkins. Never buy their music ever again.
But
Well, what
today
exactly-
is the greatest
what has
day
he
of...
done?
I don't know what he's done. He's done barely anything.
Like, I would have thought someone like him would have come in and be like, right, this might be weird, this might be something you've never done before, but let's do this. But no, it's just the same old shit.
No. And I'd like to round off this episode by looking at the TNA roster. Because it's been a while, and I guarantee you, people you think are still on there ain't going to be on there. So let's
Matt
just go through the
Morgan.
names. Matt Morgan is not on there. I'll tell you that
Fuck!
much now.
Damn it.
You got Abyss, Aiden O'Shea, Bobby Roode, who is the TNA King of the Mountain champion. Whatever that means. So at least Bobby Roode is still there. I think their biggest name at this point, Bobby Roode, is still there. You have Bram. Bram is still there, despite the fact that he's been suspended indefinitely.
Despite the fact that he's probably in jail.
Yeah, I think his multi-year deals are in fucking jeopardy.
They should do a real Hell in a Cell match.
now.
Uh,
You got Chris Melendez, you've got Crazy Steve. Crazy Steve is still there, despite the fact that the
Jake and
menagerie doesn't exist anymore.
they're still trying to get funds for that.
Yep.
Crazy Steve from Jake
I don't
and
even know what
Jeff's
it was.
Crazy
What was it? A trailer park with a bingo machine in it?
A bingo machine. It was a pachinko parlor. Who for fuck knows, right? You got the Wolves, Davey Richards, and Eddie Edwards. They're the tag champs now.
They're like, why the fuck did we leave Ring of Honor?
Yeah,
I hear they're
really.
good.
They
they're
are. They are.
Ah, they're shit.
They're not
I
good in
haven't seen
TNA.
Ah.
But you also got Drew Galloway, you got Eli Drake, you got DJ Z, you got Eric Young, EC3, Jeff Hardy, Jesse Goddard, Kurt Angle is still there. He's a Hall of Famer. You've also got Lashley, Mahabali Shah, Mandrews.
What?
I still have no clue why they called Mark Andrews Mandrews.
Just a fusion.
Just call him Mark Andrews.
Why can they not go to England and find somebody that's not a weird small camp guy?
But that's England. Unless you get fucking Shah Samuels. Or, I don't know, the bastard Dave Mastiff, right? But you've also got Manic, Matt Hardy, Micah, I don't even know how to pronounce that guy's name, Mr. Anderson, Robbie E., Rockstar Spud, who I'm surprised is still there, Tiger Uno, Tommy Dreamer, who is also a producer, and Tyrus.
Do you know what I would do?
What would you do?
I would buy TNA, take Eli Drake and EC3, and give them to NXT.
Yes, even though EC3 has technically already been in NXT and he didn't...
I don't understand why he disappeared. What happened?
I don't know.
You know what I'd like to see in NXT though? Beer Money.
That would be cool.
I really like them, and then once I started hearing
Oh,
about
it'd have to be different though,
It's
wouldn't it?
fair.
It'd be like, soft drink money.
Pepsi Club.
Soda Swingers.
Soda Swingers, yes. But let's have a quick round off of the knockouts before we wrap things up. We've got Angelina Love, who is inactive due to pregnancy. You've got Awesome Kong, you've got Brooke, you've got Gail Kim, who is TNA Knockouts champion, and the Supla's endorsed TNA World Heavyweight champion.
Hell yeah.
You've got Jade. I don't know. You've got Madison Rain, Marty Bell,
What?
Rebel,
that
Taryn
not a
Terrell,
guy?
and Velvet Sky. I think Jade and Marty Bell are in the Dollhouse stable.
And they had... This annoys me. They're these, like, bitchy, high school kind of, like, it girls,
Yep.
right?
Mhm.
But they come out to whole doll parts as a song, which is like, I'm going to slit my wrists, we're losers.
It's kind of ironic, I think, what they're trying to go for there. It's just ironic high school mishmash between popular kids and emo kids. And
And you know why that's happened, right? Because Billy Corgan is or was dating Courtney Love.
I believe so. Billy Corgan
So
is
he's
still...
basically like, hey Courtney, do you want some money? I'm at this TNA place. I'm going to like license your song.
Yeah, and he doesn't even use any of his own songs, weirdly enough, to my knowledge. But, like, Billy Corgan is still the senior producer of creative and talent development, so most of this storyline bullshit, I think, can be blamed on him. As well as Christy Hemme, who is part of the creative team for some reason.
And
Okay.
Big John Gab blah blah blah.
As Andy would say, Big John Gabrick. So,
Big John Tough Enough Season 1.
Big John Stud back to life.
nah, John Studd version 2. But, I think we've exploited this to the point of no return, and I'd like to get some final thoughts in before we finish off the show. Will TNA die at the end of the year? I think yes.
I think it's just going to be around forever. And it'll just be like, we're on like YouTube.
It's a universal constant. It just always has to exist.
Gail Kim for world champion.
Gail Kim for world fucking champion. You've heard it here first. So that's been the Suplah. You can find us on Twitter at the Suplah. You can find us on Facebook, the Suplah. Go to suplah.com. We recently published an article about Matt Hardy being World Heavyweight Champion from our very own correspondent Glenn Fielding. And we've got plenty of other stuff coming your way. So, and also visit wrestlingpundit.com or wrestlepundit.com. What's the name of your website, Keelan?
One of them. Go
One
there.
of them. Go there. It's on the Suplah's homepage as well. All the news and shit is there. Go read. Be knowledgeable. Unlike Andy. So, yeah. This has been the Suplah. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. I've been Sam Brooks.
I've been me. Goodbye.
I've been Brandon Davis. Jello.
Alright, and Gail Kim for World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah.
Put a hashtag of that on the screen, or at least in my box.
There
So I'm
it is.
doing a hand thing.
There it is.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Deuces.
Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it! What are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can! Just do it!